Alright guys, so this is going to be a little bit a different style video than I normally do, more of a vlog style, but several of you asked about the shop that I've been working on, so I'm just going to take you on a quick tour, show you where we're at so far, kind of give you a first reveal. So this is it, the outside of it anyways. So what it was is it's one of the turkey coops that I have up here on the farm. It's about 4,000 square feet. So we've had to do a lot of work on the inside. We just haven't worked too much on the outside yet, except over on the other side where we had to replace a wall. But let me take you inside and show you here. So you can see it's pretty good size, and I'm pretty excited. We had to bring in almost 7 or 8 belly dump loads of fill to be able to bring this up to grade. They had graded so much dirt out of here over the years of scraping the turkey manure out. I mean, this building's been in service since the 50s, so we had to bring in a whole bunch of fill, and I can't remember how many belly dump loads of gravel to prep for the cement. I think I have some still pictures of that. I'll see if I can't put them in here, intersperse them in here. But as you can see, it's really cool old all wood construction, and it's essentially like a timber frame in that the frame is completely freestanding, and then they skinned it after the putting up the frame. So none of these walls are really load bearing. So I can take out any one of these walls if I need to down the road. I don't plan to do that, but yeah. So anyways, we had to bring in a lot of fill to bring this up to grade, and there is about 80, I think 83 yards total of cement that we ended up putting between in here, and then there's a big pad out there that I can park a couple vehicles on, and then there is a little bit of kind of a little sidewalk that goes around 3 sides of it so that in the wintertime I can get around it. So anyways, it's coming along. It's been a lot of work. So let me show you this wall over here. So we had to replace this entire wall, and the reason being they'd kind of built some kind of like a big swamp cooler into this wall. They had cut great big huge, about 4 feet tall and about 10 or 12 feet wide on both sides of this, and then they had put swamp cooler pads in there, and I guess they were using it to cool the birds. Problem was that amount of water on this old wood building, it just completely rotted that wall apart. The wall was pretty much a total loss, so we ended up having to frame this one in new. We'll insulate it and sheet the inside here. So we had to replace just the one wall so far. This wall over here is kind of in bad shape. In dragging the turkey manure out of here over the years, they just smacked every single one of these posts and just beat the crap out of them. But they backed the tractor into that wall over there, and you can kind of see here that should be over where that bolt is, and so there's kind of a little air gap there. And anyways, a lot of little things that I'm going to have to address over time, but for now we're just worried about getting this thing weather tight and getting it wired. We're working on the electrical right now, running conduit so that I can have 220 on both sides to run my welders, and my table saw that's over here is also 220. My compressor, I'm going to try and do 110, but I may have to do 220 on it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get enough horsepower out of a 110 volt motor on it, but So let me take you on just a quick tour of what I intend to do. Okay, so we're on the east side of the shop right now. You can see the garage door over there. And there's the command Jeep. Let me take you in the man door here. We had to completely rebuild these doors. They're massive. They're like 3 inches thick. My dad rebuilt these. He's a carpenter by trade, and did a pretty awesome job. But these old doors were just falling apart, so had to rebuild those. But all right, come on, adjust. There we go. A little bit of a graffiti that I'm gonna have to cover up. Pretty awesome, huh? All right, so there's 7 bays in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so you got the big main doors on both sides here, and then there's this smaller door here. There's 3 of these, 2, and then the third one down there, that line up perfectly with every other bay. So what I'm going to do with those is we had to just bolt these on. They had a track up there, and they would slide open, but over the years, the weight of the doors, they weren't built very well, and the doors were so heavy that they had just pulled the doors apart and come out of the tracks, and none of them worked, and they'd actually piled dirt up on them to seal out the weather. So the bottoms of them down here are pretty rotted out on a couple of them. So going to replace those, rebuild them, replace them, and we're going to open this up so that it's actually going to be 2 barn doors that slide open either direction, and then that will give me complete access to every other bay. So this one, and that one, and then that one down there. So essentially I'll have 3 bays that I can drive a car directly into, and the shop's 40 feet deep, so I could actually stack 2, even 3 cars in each one of these bays. So I'm going to need more Jeep projects. And then these other bays that do not have a direct garage door access, then these will be my tool setups. So this one over here, the farthest one, that's where all my metal work's going to be. My welders, my lathe, and the reason being is this big old vent fan right here. It's going to make it really nice for grinding, welding, all that kind of stuff. Will be able to just suck the fumes right out, keep the air in here pretty clean. Because grinding gets pretty nasty, and you shouldn't really breathe your welding fumes either. So the first bay, this will be the metalworking bay. I'll get everything set up in here. The second bay will be for vehicles. Probably Project Overlander or Tetanus, or maybe both. All right, this third bay here, this will probably be where I keep most of my parts. So I'll set up shelving in here, my spare engines, spare transmissions, on my Jeep parts and odds and ends and stuff. Probably going to end up there. So this bay, this is another vehicle bay. So there'll be some vehicles in here. Who knows what? You guys will have to stay tuned and see. This will be the upholstery bay. So I'm going to be redoing the interior on Tetanus and some other projects down the road. This is where my cutting table, my sewing machines, all my upholstery stuff will be in this bay here. And then the next one again is another vehicle bay. And let me walk over here to give you a little bit better scale of what I'm talking about here. So vehicle bay here. And then this one will be where all of my woodworking stuff is. My table saws, my chop saw, bandsaw, my routers, everything that has to do with wood will be over here on this end. Far, far away from where I'm welding. So that's going to be the general layout, guys. At least that's the plan. And then I'll leave this main corridor here end to end completely open so that I can pull vehicles in and all the way through. I'm trying to save my pennies right now for a lift so that I can put, I'd like to put 2 lifts in here, but you know, who's got that kind of money? So saving up my money right now for a lift. We'll put a lift in here, hopefully be able to bring vehicles in and lift them up. I don't know, I may have enough headroom to put one in one of these vehicle bays. I don't know, that's gonna be questionable. We'll see. So right now we're working on the electrical. We had to rewire the whole building. We brought the power in underground. It runs underground right out here past the four-wheeler under there all the way to the pole. I didn't want anything overhead. I'd rather have it underground. So right now we're running the conduits and the wiring. I'm going to have plugs and switches on each one of these posts so that I can turn the bays on individually. I don't want to burn so much power. I don't want to have to run all the lights in the whole shop at once. So I'll be able to just turn them on whatever bay I'm in. So this will be my 220 for my welder. This will be a 4 plug, and then this will be 2 switches. One will run lights in this bay and the other one will run I'm going to have some mercury halide lights that used to be in here. I'm going to reuse them and they'll be hanging down from up there. But hopefully it'll be enough lighting that it'll make camera work a little bit easier. So the main thing is I'm going to be out of the weather this winter, which is awesome, because working out in the snow when it's like 10 degrees really sucks. You know, when your tool slips off a bolt and you whack your fingers and they were already cold and numb. Yeah, it feels awesome. So pretty excited. Another thing just that I had to do was there was 60 years of turkey dust and dander and stinky nasty in here, and I had to power wash the entire interior of this whole building. So it took me 2 full days, literally all day. I sprayed one half the first day, sprayed the second half the next day, and it's finally dried out again now. But yeah, that really improved the smell in here. It stunk in here pretty bad, but it's not too bad now. It smells more like wood now than turkey BO. So anyways, that's kind of a first look at the shop, guys. So I'm not going to be doing like a whole lot of how-to videos on this. It'll probably be more like a vlog style like this, because I just don't have time. My dad's helping me a lot, and trying to slow him down so that I can film stuff is I just can't do it because of the way our schedules work out and stuff. He's here working when I'm not around. So probably not going to be a whole lot of how-tos, but I'll try to give you some update videos like this on just how things are going. But I am pretty dang excited to get in here, to get my stuff set up. I've had my tools spread out between here and my dad's place in town, and just stuff, you know, scattered from hell to breakfast. And it'll be nice to get everything set up so that I got my upholstery stuff set up, my woods working stuff set up, my metal working stuff set up. It'll just be super nice, and hopefully make for some better videos for you guys. So, all right, first look at the shop. Stay tuned, there'll be more, and I will see you next time. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Go check out our Patreon account if you want to support the channel that way. We really appreciate that. That helps us continue to bring you the content that we like to make for you guys. And I'll see you next time. Thanks.